precious toast. I'm obsessed. Go time, go get some sun.
Okay, that was good for my soul. I need to make another matcha because I just realized I didn't put my MCT oil in it. So, and also I was looking back at the other months on my basal body temperature chart. And guess what? I realized that my temperatures were higher during the months that I was consuming multiple matchas a day. So I'm going back to multiple matchas a day, a couple matchas every day. And honestly, here's the thing. So remember when I did my GI map? That was what showed that I had low Akkermansia. Akkermansia is just a really good beneficial bacteria in our gut, or that's supposed to be in our gut, I should say. And when we don't have enough levels of it, which I didn't know that until I took my GI map, but when we don't have enough levels of this good bacteria, then there can be blood sugar issues, because that specific Akkermansia actually helps to regulate our blood glucose levels, which is insane if you really think about that. Is if we don't manage our blood sugar well, or if our body is having a hard time managing blood sugar because of maybe, say, a low beneficial bacteria, then we can have trouble even with ovulation and improper follicle development. I mean, the list really just, and then it's like a vicious cycle that you get stuck and you're not ovulating and you're not making enough progesterone. Anyway, one of the best ways to fuel this bacteria is to feed it polyphenols. That's like its favorite food ever. And guess what's rich in polyphenols? The matcha. And I actually have had quite a few of you now tell me that you started matcha and you saw a big difference in your temperatures, which I was like freaking out with you, because I'm like, no way, that's so exciting. And that's the thing too, like I was doing all the right things. I really was. I was, eating well, exercising, doing all the things. But if our microbiome doesn't have that good keystone bacteria, then we're not going to utilize glucose well. Honestly, the functional testing really changed my life, but then learning that you don't even have to have a gut test. You don't even have to have a gut test to know, hey, am I consuming polyphenols in my diet every single day to nourish this good bacteria? That's the thing. You can just look at your diet and say, okay, am I consuming polyphenols every single day? And my literal favorite way to do that is through a matcha. So, and the Peak matcha is my favorite because they quadruple screen for toxins, no mold, no heavy metals, no pesticides. And something that I learned too is the polyphenol content really is based off of the growth of the tea. So, and that's the thing, how Peak grows their matcha is they shade it for longer so that it's higher in all of those beneficial compounds that we're actually looking for in the matcha. So I just love them for that reason, because first of all, when I got my mold test back in my body, seeing that my body's making antibodies against mold, that's the thing, tea can grow mold, which is crazy to think about, but it's a plant, it's outside. And so absolutely it can, I don't know, I didn't think about that before, but it definitely can grow mold. And then even in the way that, companies process certain things, like heavy metals can get in there, which is really crazy. And even pesticides, pesticides being sprayed on the leaves, none of that is in this matcha. And it's the best tasting one that I have ever had. A lot of people ask, like, I really want to try matcha, but I'm like kind of nervous about the taste. This is the smoothest, I wish I could just like make you a matcha, because this is so smooth and just, it's delicious to me. It's not like grassy, or this is just a really clean green tea flavor, like green tea matcha flavor. That is how it tastes to me. So, and a lot of people see like really glowy, beautiful skin when they start consuming matcha because of the high chlorophyll content, which is also what makes this special, because they shade it for a longer period of time. So that's the thing, it's getting a higher concentration of the chlorophyll, which is what gives our skin that beautiful, bright, clear look to it. That is what the chlorophyll does, because it's really rich in copper, and copper is really important for our liver health. And when we support the liver, we support our hormones. So it's deep, there's a lot of layers, but I'm just like so fascinated at how God even created something as simple as green tea. And when we have it in its pure form, just how incredibly nourishing, not only to our skin, but supportive to our metabolism and our gut health. And honestly, we change our gut health, we change our hormones. So one of the best things that you can do every single day for your gut health and just for your health in general, for your metabolism, is consume polyphenols and eat foods high in polyphenols. And my personal favorite way to do that is through my Peak Matcha. My matcha green tea is literally so good. Look at that. And this is also organic and ceremonial grade. Also, the L-theanine in it is an amino acid that really helps you to feel calm and just a lot more stable without the jitters. So for a limited time, you can get up to 15% off of the Peak Sun Goddess Matcha and a rechargeable frother and a little mug to make your matcha in when you shop the link in my description box. So I'll leave it at the top of the description. This is literally amazing and really the one thing and my favorite way to feed my body. Polyphenols, matcha is my favorite way to do that. So easy. Makes me feel calm and energized and feeds my gut all at the same time. It is literally, this is my absolute favorite thing ever. We're gonna go for a little walk now. I really loved my time journaling. I haven't journaled in such a long time. And that was just really, really exactly what I needed. Give him the vitamins.
Should Auntie Cat make me a matcha?
Yeah. Do you want to have a cereal? Look how gentle Meester is.
Matcha.
Oh, well, I don't know if she's going to want cereal in her matcha, but that's a very creative idea.
Yeah.
Why does my car sound like that? Okay, let's go to the farm. We need to go to the farm and pick up some goodies, but I just think so often it's really easy in life to get very discouraged quickly. It's easy to get discouraged is what I should say. It's easy to look at what's wrong and what's not going right or what the problem is, and it's easier to look at the problem because the problem feels so big. And if I'm speaking to myself, if I would just take a moment to look at him, my problems become so insignificant. Not that they don't matter, not that they cannot even be addressed, but that there is nothing that's too big for God. Everything that makes me feel heavy and weighs me down, all of those things are easily carried by God. They're not heavy for him. It's not too hard for him to deal with. There is nothing that's too difficult for him. That's not in his vocabulary. Difficult is not something, there's nothing that's too difficult. And I remember that, and then I think, why am I trying to carry all of these things that make me feel so weighed down? You know, like, I don't need to carry this. Let God take care of me. Read that this morning, you know, here in his love, not that we loved God, but that he loves us.
Surely this is the last time.
Got all of our treasures at the farm, and now we're off to Trader Joe's to pick up the last couple things because they didn't have it. I do want to chat about something that I haven't really chatted about for a little bit. Give you a little update on just kind of where I'm at with fertility, having a baby, and I just feel like this is the very first time that I've really felt really ready in my heart to be pregnant and to try to conceive, but my body's temperature, so I want to explain it a little bit more. Like, my body's not at a place yet that is, for me, feeling comfortable enough to conceive. This is definitely the first time that I felt like that, where my heart and my head is now really feeling ready, but my body is showing me that signs that it needs more support. And I don't want to say that my body's not ready, because I believe that God really is while ago that God can use the biochemical pathways that he created, and he also can completely bypass them and literally do whatever he wants and make miracles, you know? I've really been in a place where my heart and my head is really ready to enter into that season of life, and I would say maybe desiring it more. And because in the past I just was so focused on, you know, furthering my education, I really wanted to learn about hormones in my body and what was going on. And now that I have, and I've done that 9 months, you know, 9, 10, 11, even 12 months from now, that's going to be, you know, I think that's what's kind of hitting me is like, you know, you don't just like get pregnant and have a baby. You have to have the whole 9 months. And who knows what is even, I don't know what the rest of my story is going to look like. I don't know what the timeline is going to be. So my temperatures, my goal, and I didn't know this before, when it comes to how do I know if my body is making enough progesterone? How do I check on my fertility signs? You know, how do I read my body? And I didn't know that for the longest time. Number one, you can get a serum progesterone test, which is what I've been doing, which is a blood test. And that's where it showed that I was at a 9.6 this technically a couple cycles ago now. But also your basal body temperature, and I didn't know this, within 3 days of ovulation, you want to see that rise to a 98 degree temperature. And that should stay at that rise at 98 all the way until your period, and then your basal body temperature drops in preparing to shed the uterine lining and have your period. So that being said, my body, and I was so excited because I'm like, oh my gosh, I hit 98 temperatures, which was amazing, but my body's not holding the 98. It's dropping much too early. It's not staying consistent and staying high through my luteal phase. That is where my body is showing me it's not producing enough progesterone through my whole luteal phase, which is so incredibly important to have a thick enough lining for implantation for your baby. And I didn't know that for a long time. I was just reviewing another fertility chart, and she was hit a 98 and, you know, stayed that way all the way to the end of her period. And I was like, wow, it's so crazy to see a chart like this. Like, this is my goal chart. This is what I want my chart to look like. And it was actually really cool to see a BBT chart that really had that strong rise and stayed up. I was like, this is fantastic. This is great. It's really an honor to share with you. So I know it can be a bit vulnerable though, because, you know, it just is. It is what it is. But anyway, that's kind of the update. I'm actually talking with my friend Lauren from Innate Fertility. I've been chatting with her a little bit, and she's postpartum. So I do not want her to, you know, I've just been chatting with her. I don't know what's going to happen, but I've just been chatting with her. Her course is amazing. It's so amazing, but I just thought I would let you know. I just thought I would give you a little update on that's kind of where my heart and my head is at and where my body is at. Just an overall update. Well, let's go into Trader Joe's and grab our little last few things that we need. I'm most definitely positive that I've had this before, but it's been such a long time. The coconut smoothie. It's like coconut water blended with the coconut meat. Do I like that better than coconut water plain? Oh wow. I need to get more of this next time. So interested to try. These are the overnight oats. Okay. Nope. No, I'm immediately not a fan. Do you like these? Have we tried these? What do we think? I'm not really a fan of that. We're gonna spend the rest of the day cooking and doing the cookbook. So we need to make hot cocoa. We need to make coconut shrimp. I need to confirm my potato salad. A lot of the times when I'm cooking, I don't measure things. So that's been my biggest problem because I just cook, you know, I just cook it and then it comes out great. But then I'm like, I need to give you like a recipe, you know. We are gonna make the coconut shrimp right now. I'm so excited for this one. It's probably I'm probably most excited for this one just because I love coconut shrimp. I'm excited to spend the rest of the day in the kitchen. Let's get to cooking. We have a lot to make. I feel like I'm just going in circles right now. So it's gonna go flour, egg, coconut, and then we fry it in the coconut oil. Look at those shrimp in that coconut oil. Looks amazing. Dare I say, that is the best coconut shrimp I've ever had. Babe, come here. Just bite it in half. I was gonna give you more sauce then.
You gotta dip it.
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay, you wanna eat the whole thing?
Yes.
Oh my god.
That's really good. That's really good. Let me dip one more. That's bomb.
I know.
Frozen shrimp?
Yeah, I just thought it out. It literally is so quick and easy, and it's delicious.
That's great.
Yeah.
If I got that at a restaurant, I would love it.
Would you be stoked?
Yes.
Good. We got the shot.
Those are the special ones, huh? Those look great.
These ones look really, I know. These ones are like the prettiest ones for the picture.
Wow.
Isn't it unbelievable?
That's really good.
It's like the easiest thing to make in the whole world.
You cook those perfectly too. They're like a bomb appetizer.
Okay, it has been far too long since I've made this, but this date caramel is one of my favorite recipes. I used to make it all the time, and I'm like, I have to include it in the cookbook. So I'm soaking the dates right now. Cup of dates, so it's about 14 dates, give or take, because they're all gonna be different sizes. So about a cup, or like a little rounded cup of dates. We have our coconut milk, vanilla, and salt. It's really important to soak them, because it makes it really creamy and it just makes it easier for them to blend. I'm gonna start with a half a cup of coconut milk, and we'll add another quarter cup if we need to. A teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Sorry, I said coconut milk, I meant to say coconut cream. Literally so good. This is just pure coconut cream and water. And I love this brand, this Native Forest brand. It's so good. You can get it on Thrive Market. Oh my gosh. Completely perfect. Easiest thing to make ever. Oh my gosh. Literally so good. And with a fresh apple. I just got the first apples of the season from the farm today. This is very serendipitous. Full of minerals, vitamins. Dates are so rich in fiber and potassium. It's literally so perfect. That is so good.